Recently I purchased the T+A Solitaire P headphones and the HD800 DAC amplifier that I think was made for it, or you pair it with. The headphone package comes in two versions. You get the version that's got a Pentacon connector cable, and in that package you also get the single-ended connector. That package, two headphone cables. There is also a package that has a single-ended connector and an XLR connector. I wanted the package with the Pentacon connector, but later I realized that let me try the headphones with my old amplifier that I had. I've done an upload on this. I've had this amplifier around 2 years and I did do an upload on it. It's a fantastic amplifier if you're looking for something that's got flexibility, as well as a DAC amp that is a good performer. The THX and the HD800 are both extremely flexible DAC amps. The reason that I purchased these DAC amps is because other DAC amps just aren't as flexible. You plug your headphones in and you listen to what you've got. Nothing else can be done. Or if they can do something, it's very minimal. I listen to Spotify and I listen to Qobuz. There are so many tracks and albums that just aren't available. So I need to listen to them in Spotify. Spotify sounds totally different to Qobuz. I'm not just talking quality. They sound totally different. And you can definitely tell if you're listening to something through Spotify or Qobuz. I also listen to so many different genres of music. They're all mixed differently and they're all recorded differently. Anywhere from bad recordings to great recordings. Even listening to something that's the same genre, you get albums that are mixed and sound totally different to many other albums in that genre. And having the flexibility with filters and EQ in a DAC amp transforms how you listen to your music, giving you the tools to tweak wherever necessary. It doesn't mean that everything we listen to will sound the same. It gives the individual the ability to control and fine-tune exactly what they want to listen to, the way that they want to listen to it. I must admit, I used to consider myself as a bit of a purist, where I never wanted any EQ on my headphones. The headphones sounded the way they did. But you can gain so much more in your listening experience if you have a DAC amp that's got the flexibility that these two DAC amps have. There's nothing wrong with having the flexibility at your fingertips. Even as a purist, eking out that extra performance from your headphones. I mean, we're doing it already. Upgrading headphone cables, changing earpads, and even using modified earpads. I've been listening to my Solitaire Ps and the HD800 DAC amp quite a lot recently, and I just remembered that I had my THX amp, and I just wanted to know how that sounds. But obviously, with the headphone package that I purchased, I did not get an XLR connector on any of my cables, so I needed the XLR cable for the T+A Solitaire Ps. They're quite hard to come by, and I do believe that they're around €400. I think that's typical of something T+A. It's not going to be cheap. I would have purchased the T+A 4-pin balanced XLR cable if I could find one. They were all abroad, nobody had one in stock, and the waiting time was ridiculous. I needed the cable now to test out my THX amplifier with my Solitaire P headphones. There are loads of you that do know, but for those that do not, you can purchase a cable that fits the Sennheiser HD800, HD800S and the HD820 headphones. That cable, the CH800S XLR, has an XLR connector. And I think if you purchase that brand new, that might be half the price of a T+A XLR cable for the Solitaire P headphones. I mentioned in the CH800S XLR4 cable because it has the same connectors that connect into the internal sockets on the Solitaire P headphones. And as you can see, the socket is quite far into the headphones. The T+A cables have the length that is needed for them to be plugged in directly into the headphones. And if you look at the CH800S, you can see that length is lacking, although you can get your fingers onto the ends, not tugging onto the cables. If you were to use these cables and you just wanted to plug them in and never really remove them, that's fine. I find they're a little bit more snug than the T+A cables, but nonetheless, you can still use them. Maybe a little mod at the end of those cables will be just what's needed if you wish to keep on swapping cables. I must say, I do like the braiding on the main cable. It reminds me so much of the cable on my HE1s that I purchased quite recently. And I'll be doing an upload on them sometime in the new year when I've got a bit of slack time, too many DJ jobs just before Christmas, and I've got quite a few holidays booked. Next year, I'll upload a review on those and the Solitaire P HA200 combo. So for those that don't know, if you're looking for a cable for your Solitaire P headphones that is a balanced XLR cable, go for the Sennheiser cable. I found this cable £45 on Gumtree. I'm pleased with that. It will do the job just fine.